Hey there, fellow educators. It's Dr. A with another FTCE vlog entry. I have another question that another teacher sent in for a little question analysis here. So let's take a look at this typical question. And this is another question that you will most likely see on your professional education test. All right, so remember, we got the question here, we got the possible answers. As a good test taker, you're going to have the right test taking strategies that are most successful for teachers statewide. All right, so what we're going to do first is we are not going to be fishers. We're going to look at those answers first. This process is something I go into great detail in my workshops online. So we're going to look at these answers first. We are not going to cheat. We are not going to look at the question, because you look at the question, it causes problems. You got to look at that answer first and train yourself. So cover that question with your hands. So follow me as I take a look at these possible answers. So A, report concerns to your school administration and explain suspect of neglect. B, report concerns to the guidance counselor and continue to provide classroom support. Contact Florida Department of Child and Family Services. Ask parents to come in for a conference with school administration present. So obviously there's a theme going on in here in the answers that has something to do with a student concern. All right, remember, we did not look at the question yet. So we're going to look through, I noticed a couple of things here. I'm seeing some key words and phrases here. So report to school administration, report to guidance counselor, these are my action words, contact DCF, and then ask parents for a conference. So this is telling me right now that is probably something serious. All right. Any type of question you see on the professional education test that concerns the safety and welfare of a child, which obviously this question is going to be about, I can immediately knock off D, because of any type of family concern, child and family concerns, you are not going to call the parents in, because God forbid they're doing something to their kid or something's bad at home. You can't really call them in. All right. That's not the right procedure. So D is going to be gone immediately. All right. So at this point, I need a little more information here. I see report to school admin, report to guidance counselor, contact Florida DCF. All right. So student safety concerns. Let's take a look at the question here. And now we're going to be looking for our key words and phrases, those action words, those process words. So a student seems to be tired, hungry, unsanitary, and is wearing the same clothes every day. When the student is consistently absent or tardy and the teacher asks the parents as to why, the parents give reasons that are very unclear. Which of the following would be the proper action for the teacher to follow? All right, there's some big red lights going off here. So let's see our key words and phrases first. All right. So the student consistently absent or tardy. And then these are obviously action words here: tired, hungry, unsanitary. You get the point. So these are all the bad things that are going on. Okay. They ask the teacher asks the parents why. Parents give reasons that are unclear. Which of the following it would be the proper action for the teacher to follow? All right, so here are all your action words. We're looking for the proper action for the teacher. Now, first off, there's a big concern that I see with this question by itself. All right, this is just me, the educator and the expert in the field here as a teacher. Okay. One, there are a lot of bad things going on, safety concerns with the students, student welfare concerns, and the teacher actually asked the parents. All right. So, side note, professional education test, there are not a lot of questions that you'll see pertaining to the safety and welfare of a child. But when you see the few of them that you will get, when you see them instantly in your mind, when you have questions that regard the safety and welfare of a child in your classroom, there's only one answer that you immediately go to. Okay? One, that answer is not what you guys might think: report to the guidance counselor. Yes, the guidance counselor is there to help the students, but that is not the answer. As a teacher, all right, you swear into the code of ethics and everything you're supposed to do, your due diligence to help your students in your school. When you have any inkling of a safety concern, child coming in with bruises, neglect like this question, emotional harm, anything, there's number one thing you always do 150% of the time is contact Florida DCF. You have to report within 48 hours, okay? Because that can be your job if something happens to the student. All right, so the number one big red flag in this question, one is, the teacher shouldn't have done that to begin with. All right, that teacher, he or she, should have first done the proper action of C, contact Florida DCF. So you will get a couple of questions that talk about the safety and welfare of a child. When you see a possible answer that says DCF, always go to that answer. Now, some of you guys may be thinking why, or maybe you have a principal that says, let me know first before you do that. The law is, and your job is held to the fire, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot go and report to your school administration first because a lot of things can happen. One, it can go to the wayside and they get busy with dealing with other things and they forget. God forbid something really drastic happens to the student, okay? Or another big possibility is maybe they think they're going to handle it, all right, and something goes awry, and then it comes down to, well, who reported this in the first place? And they're going to come back to you as the classroom teacher. So always CYA. Remember that in your classes, or if you're a full-time teacher right now, first things first, you've got to report to DCF. Anything that refers to child safety issues in the classroom. So the answer is C. All right, so remember, I'm here all the time for you. I'm Dr. Ray with the Learning Liaisons. If you have a question, whether you want to attend my workshops or not, that's irrelevant. I'm here to help all the teachers I can. Feel free to email me at my email address below in this video, or you can text me anytime at 407-797-1499. All right, well, you guys have a great day, and we'll look forward to you in the next video. All right, let's go out there and pass that test.